Guys, welcome to Cooking with Junior. It's me, Junior. Today we're going to be making crispy potato wedges, and they were a little bit spicy, so they were amazing. But come with me and let's cook. So now you're going to rinse your potatoes. So you're just going to take them and just rinse them under some warm water. I like rinsing my potatoes under warm water. So you're just gonna rinse. You're just gonna do what you can. We don't want any dirt on our potatoes. We don't want to eat dirt. So you put them in your bowl and I did an extra little rinse at the end. You just put them in your bowl and make sure you're getting off all the excess water off your potatoes. Yeah. So, and then I'm just making sure all the excess water is off the potatoes. So now you're going to cut up your potatoes. So you're just going to take your potatoes and start cutting them into wedges. So I chose to use 5 potatoes, and I got about 8 slices out of each potato. So you're going to get between 8 to 10 wedges depending on the size of the potato. But I used like medium-sized potatoes, so they weren't like huge. So 8 to 10 were good. They were good sized potatoes. So yeah. And you just go on cutting. Just make sure you're being safe. Make sure if you're wearing your gloves, you just make sure you don't cut your fingers. Yeah, I really decided to make this recipe because I was missing potatoes. So now I'm still cutting my potatoes, and we're just gonna keep going. So now we're gonna rinse our potatoes. So here they are in the sink. I use hot water again, and I just put some water on the potatoes and I rinsed it off because I'm trying to get the starch out of some of the potatoes. So now you're gonna rest it in the sink for 15 minutes, and now we're gonna start putting our ingredients together. So you're gonna use 2 tablespoons of flour. So that's just gonna be there just to coat your potatoes. Then we're gonna use 1 teaspoon of paprika. So paprika is really here just for the color. Paprika really has no taste, but it's here to give you that nice, beautiful color. You're gonna use 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and we love that garlicky taste. So that's what we're doing it for. We're gonna use 1/4 tablespoon of onion powder, and we're going to use 1/2 tablespoon of original Mrs.Dash. We're going to use 1/4 tablespoon of sea salt. So I really don't like using the idolized salt, so I really love sea salt. It's more coarse. And then we use 1/4 tablespoon of black pepper and 1/4 tablespoon of cayenne pepper. And I don't know if I'm crazy, but I just love pepper. Now you're gonna mix your ingredients together. So you're just gonna swish it around, mix it around, and swish, mix. This reminds me of like Quavo and his group and their song Swish Swish. You're just gonna swish it around until all your ingredients are nice and combined. Yeah, and it already looks tasty. So we're just here. We got this. You can do it. It's not even gonna take that long. You're just swishing it around. Now I'm back to the sink. I'm just going to do a final little swirl around of my potatoes. Want to get them nice and saucy. And then you pour off your water, and yeah, you move your potatoes over to the other side now. Yeah. Now we are going to dry our potatoes. You don't want you want the sauce to stick to the potatoes, so you're just going to use a cloth, and you're going to wipe off the water off the potato. So yeah, I put a lot. You can put some, you put less potatoes. I'm lazy. So you just do what you gotta do. You just put down your potatoes. And yeah, 2 tablespoons of olive oil on your potatoes. So if you don't like using olive oil, you can use whatever oil you like, but I love olive oil. So you just do that, you just put it on there, and now you're gonna mix them together. You're gonna swish them up. Swish. Now you're gonna just use your hands to cut to make sure that everything has some olive oil on it. So that's what we're gonna. The olive oil is gonna help to cook the potatoes, and it is going to help make sure that the dry ingredients that we use stick to the potatoes. So yeah, just make sure you treat them nice. You just rub them up and stuff. Now you're gonna take your seasoning and just throw it on your potatoes. I usually like, sometimes, when I'm lazy, I just throw the entire thing on there, but I'm doing it in sections. So I did it in 3 sections or maybe 4, I'm not sure, you'll see. But I did it in sections because, just to make sure everything gets combined on it. And the potatoes did look nice. And maybe I did it, there will be some clumping, so it just depends on how rigorous you are mixing all the ingredients together, but there will be some clumping. So after you finished mixing your potatoes, you're gonna oil a sheet, and that's what you're gonna use 1 teaspoon of olive oil, and you're just gonna pour it on there and just make it look cute. Make it look cute. So I just did sections. So I'm just laying my potatoes onto the sheet, the skin side up, because you want that skin to have that nice little burnt like this. Oh, I'm thinking about the potatoes. you want it to have that nice little burn, so you can make sure they're standing up, and that's gonna give the the sides of the potato are gonna be directly in the heat. So it's gonna give it that nice crisp. I can never say that word. It's crisp. Yeah, you're gonna give it that nice crisp. When you bite into that potato, it's gonna taste amazing. So yeah, just lay out your potatoes. I had some extra potatoes in the end, so I had to scoot some things over. And then there was still more, so maybe I should have done 4 potatoes, but I actually put it on a separate sheet, and I ate that. My brother and sister didn't even know they were extra. Put them in the baking oven for 35 to 40 minutes, and then they come out looking this beautiful. I'm not going to waste my potatoes, so one fell out, but I still ate that. But the potatoes were amazing, and tell me if it's crazy, but I use strawberry jelly for my potatoes. My brother and sister, they use ketchup, they're basic, but I use strawberry jelly for my potatoes, and this is vegan. So yeah, so that's my whole thing. I love vegan food. I just became a vegan, so I'm just trying to make all my favorite food vegan. So it is just great, and it just looks so good. So remember, nobody got you like God got you. Now I'm gonna go finish my potatoes. Like and subscribe. Look at that potato. Look at that potato. It just looks so good. And it tasted amazing.